Oh, it's Sunday. Sunday. It's time for another Sunday stream. We're in the mine again. This piglin, just stay out of it. I'm gonna have to move these things eventually too. Gonna be a lot of work. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. Do I just want to... Here's my dilemma right now. I got to have I want to set up a quarry. I'm either going to have to keep using my tunnel borers or I'm going to set up a quarry. So if I'm going to set up a quarry, I would need to clear this off a little bit, which I think I'm just going to use another tunnel bore, make another pass and smooth it out. I end up doing it a little bit and then smoothing it by hand on this side. That's why it looks so smooth. When you run the quarry, you end up getting, places like this that are like blasted. It's, it's using TNT, so it's not going to be very smooth. It looks so nice when it's smooth, but I mean, it's here nor there. All of it's got to go. But once I set up the quarry, I'm going to need to prep, do more prep because I still got a lot of water. The other thing is like, there's probably some layers of water around here that I'm going to need to get rid of as well. And these being lower to the ground, I need to put them on top of the, need to put them on top of this roof. I'm trying to like also think at the same time here. Because let's see, what is it? HC. There we go. Renders. Let's render our beacon ranges. No, I gotta turn on. All right, yeah. All right. So we hit H, we can render our beacon ranges and see where beacons should be. Actually, I think I might go up to the top and kind of, I can place it. As if I'm going to replace my, I almost want to see if I can get this moved over a little bit. This needs to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Go 13 blocks over if we're gonna get that done. So we can get this maxed out because I don't need the other beacon as close. And I don't even, do I really need to move this beacon either? Ooh, these are the questions. The questions we must ask here. We're going to set this up properly. I think it's actually this beacon that can go over. Let's fly, because this is covering this area over here, which doesn't need to. I mean, like, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it can even go 16 over from where it is now. And I think as far as the placement horizontally, or left to right, everything is fine there. There's no missing spots. It's just in this one dead spot right here. So if I just count out this amount, I'll have a spot. Oh, little baby zombie. Be able to get the right spot here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. I think it was a little leeway. So that will be where we have moved that beacon. This beacon's actually fine because it's high enough. But the other beacons are going to have to be moved up. We have to collect our gold and move them up. I just have random gold blocks here for no reason. I'm not sure what I was doing here. So like that needs to go up. Finishing attempt, probably not, but I'm gonna be working on it. That's the process. We're in the process of trying to finish it. Which, I mean, man, it's becoming a slog right now, I gotta admit. Like, getting all these things mined out is, whew. I think I am gonna set up a quarry. My plan right now is to try it. I've got a world download from a guy called Rayworks that does a lot of like redstone farm stuff. Kind of like the Psycraft guys, but a little smaller, you know, not everybody's in Psycraft. There's some good technical people elsewhere. But gonna do that. And then see if that'll just... One of the things I wonder is, I mean, the quarry itself, I don't know if it's actually faster than the tunnel bore, but it's probably close, and the upside is I don't have to actively do it. I mean, the tunnel bore does take a little while to set up, is the downside. You know, it's set up, move it, I gotta activate it constantly. I mean, the plus, though, is plus of doing it manually is I can just go and take care of certain spots, you know, that as they come up, you know, of water. I could actually probably do that too if I'm like actively watching it. I'm also gonna have to like, well, actually I don't know. Since I can see the wall from here, I think it can be completely loaded. Let me see. There's another thing with Minecraft where how many chunks you have loaded will determine how things work. Like entities, like the minecart, once they get out of a certain chunk range, once the chunks they enter aren't loaded, they basically kind of like stop functioning. Yeah, we've been doing some insane stuff on Valheim. It's crazy. All right, render distance 16 chunks. So simulation distance 16. So with 16 chunks, I should have more. It should be fine, in my opinion. That's what I'm gonna say. It should be fine because it's 16 chunks is more than enough space. Boom. All right. Like, I don't think this whole thing is 16 chunks. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. I think that's a good enough range to have loaded. All right, so we got that. I may just go down and break that one apart too. Might as well do it all at the same time. So we need to move this one and the one over there up above it. So when we get our quarry going, we won't have to worry about breaking these apart. Obviously, I don't want to TNT my gold blocks and beacon to smithereens. That would be bad. I've actually already ended up blowing up one of my shulker boxes because I placed them in front of the TNT, the tunnel bore, or like near it, close enough to the entrance. I'm like, what was I thinking there? That ended up going pretty poorly for me. I mean, luckily, I don't think I lost much stuff, but it was kind of a pain in the butt. When you do those sort of self-inflicted injuries, you feel a little bit foolish for doing such things. Gotta keep that beacon going. Not that these really take that long to remove. Whoa. We're having a little issues. Hopefully it's not my connection. I hope you guys are getting a nice smooth streaming experience. Alright, so we do more digging, and how do I get back up here? I've had some issues, like usually you can just hop up and then fly like that, but I've had issues doing that sometimes. I don't know if that's just a lag issue. Hey Tom, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We're underwater here. Do I want to remove that, or is that... Yeah, the water's going to get in the way. I'll sacrifice the slight extra speed to not have to deal with a bunch of water. Never mind, there's going to be water in here too. Get out of here. A quick howdy. How's it going, my man? Alpha Sloth. Oh, good. Good to hear. Stream is nice and smooth. We're moving beacons. We're prepping. Apparently there's a lot of prep involved in setting up quarries. But hopefully it will pay off in time saved. We will soon find out, though, as we continue this digging. Jico, what's up, man? Hey, Deborah, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me this Sunday morning. Beautiful. Good morning. Sunday morning. I don't know if you ever seen the... Tom was on? Oh, Groot. I didn't realize Groot's on. The hidden T-Rex. Rare Groot sighting. I wonder what he's up to. No. No, good to hear it. Good to hear it. I don't know if you guys ever seen that clip of Nancy Pelosi saying, "Good morning," like Sunday morning, and like she seems like she's like on drugs. It's like she's clearly on something. Like, oof, you're a little too happy, Nancy. Like, good morning, Sunday morning. Honestly, it's kind of like the same expression her husband had when he was police showed up with the to arrest that guy that smashed him with a hammer. It's like, yeah, let's just get rid of that hammer there, buddy. Before he gets like smacked in the head. I failed avoiding getting ready for work. Now I'm at work. Need to keep missing. I just received a 2-page list of revisions. Back to the drawing board. Damn. Wait, so the making music thing is like it's kind of like, you know, a commission type of thing, or like they get to make revisions and stuff. I mean, Minecraft at your job is that's pretty cool. Nope. I'd love to play Minecraft at my job. Maybe one day I will. Oof. I was going to be above that. All right. Really hope I collected all those blocks. I will be a little bit annoyed if I'm like 2 blocks short of having enough. Man, I can always just oh, so until they're happy. Yeah, within reason, up to a reasonable one, exactly. Oh, that's interesting. So it is similar to I guess really like any commissions kind of share similarities. Yeah, it should be like then 4. I feel like I'm making this too big. It does seem too big. I don't. Is it? Let me check. Sizing these things is always a pain in the butt. Oh, maybe it's not. No, that's too far. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's too far. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be right. Gotta get the sizing right. Should be 4 blocks out from the center. There we go. All right, perfect. Perfect amount. And a beacon. Nope, I just realized I need someone to put it in it. Get some extra iron on me. Iron ingot here. Not bad. Downside is sometimes we find a body, usually from the cold. Yikes. Ah, like a homeless person that froze to death. That does seem like it put a damper on your day. So I'm asking too little for sure, but it's not my main job. And pricing yourself, but that is the thing. Like what you're worth is usually like what people are willing to pay for it. So it can be kind of hard on that respect. Because I mean, like if you don't have a ton of clients or you don't haven't really like built up a rapport. Like I know I've seen a lot of artists always kind of like go back and forth about that. Like, oh, should I charge more? Like you need to charge what you're worth type of thing. Like just seems kind of weird to say the least. It's like, all right, like you're worth what people are willing to pay for you. Like I wouldn't like try to attach my personal value to what people are willing to pay for me. Because I mean, a lot of that's just honestly sort of like connections, social proof, that kind of stuff, more than skill itself. That's kind of something that's a little bit depressing about art, as a lot of times the value of art is based on, you know, popularity, really. How popular an artist is, you know, how many people are willing to pay for it or think it's going to appreciate in value. Largely determines what the price is. Oh, that's fun. That is kind of nice. Like, if you don't really care, and like, I think Aaron Clary was saying that, like, as a tactic, like, just, I think he called it like the Japanese refusal, because that was something like they would do if they didn't want to work with somebody. They'd just ask a ridiculous amount, and if they're willing to pay it, then, you know, you have to do it. But if they don't, you know, obviously most of the time they won't. So either way, you win. Dead or living artist, yep. Unfortunately, dying can sometimes increase your value, the value of your art. Scarcity, you know, increases the scarcity of that art. No one has to worry about you going ahead and making something better later on. Sad to say. Or 4. That's a competitive music. Buddy I know does full stems up to 256 with one revision for only, wow, 150. It seems low as fuck because I know how difficult artists can be. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like they're actually working with like professional like artists as well. So they can be really finicky. Yeah, that does seem like a pain in the ass. They're sending, so they're hoping like they're gonna magically fix his crappy ass audio. Like, dude, just fix it in edits, bro. Like, it's like one of those episodes of freaking CSI where like the JPEG magically becomes like 8K resolution. Hold on a second. Let me just put it into my computer file. My computer here, and oh yeah. We can see it. We can see what his name badge says from 20 feet away. Fix it in marketing. That's the movie industry's approach nowadays. All right, there we go. Boop. And let's put it in. We'll just market the shit out of it and hope people will come see it. All right, beacons setup. Enhance, exactly. Enhance. Haha, we got him. Wait, we can see the guy's reflection in the driver's window. We've caught the killer, guys. This will definitely stand up in court. Totally looks like it. We've got him. It's always hilarious seeing that stuff. It's like, that's exactly how it works. Science. Maybe that's the reason everyone has such a retarded view of science nowadays. Is they've been raised on those stupid shows. I think that actually was one of our university's old electives, or actually it wasn't even elective. It's like issues in science and technology, where it did kind of like, it was one of those classes you had to take for some sort of agreement they came with for using the land. Overall, it was a pretty useless class, but that was actually one of the interesting aspects of the class. One of the few is where they tried to go over like some of the biases people had with science, and like science in actually I think it was science and culture and media. Now that I think about it, like a kind of lower like how people view science. Of course, this was super pre-COVID days, so I mean I don't want to date myself too much, but it was a while back. Yeah, yeah. I can definitely see that being exciting. You know, kind of like they're just starting out, finding their legs. That I can definitely see that being like a cool sort of thing. You kind of like get in on the ground floor when they're still excited and not jaded. You know, that has that feel to it, that newness. Will they make it? Will they not? Exciting. Potential, you know? All right. Bring it down. Enhance. Enhance. There we go. Boom. I've enhanced this. All right. Dig this out. Getting our boar on here. But yeah, the thing that it is kind of funny to see how people like, you know, what are people's actual views, or you know how science is represented in like media and culture. Unfortunately, it does seem like it's kind of led to some of this like. Well, actually, maybe it's a lack of religion. Maybe it's the media interpretation, or both, that people have come to believe that science is some sort of all-powerful, all-knowing thing. Like, we know the causes. Especially with, like, climate change, so the one that I always think seems super iffy. As far as, you know, causation of it. Like, I mean, you can clearly observe temperatures. But Karut is gone. But as far as like causes, when they're like, "Oh, nature's angry with us," like that's very scientific. Cocky in that youthful, like, I know boomer, which can lead us to, yeah. Exactly, they know it all. They just don't have a lot of experience yet. Punks. Young punks. You probably do actually kind of like need to be a little bit cocky to form a band or like get on stage. I know singing to me in front of people is pretty nerve-wracking. Gonna dig this out. We just need to dig this area out, then set up the bore, which I'm getting faster at doing. It's kind of nice, because it can be a little bit of a pain. I haven't, like, maximized my quickness in building it. But you do kind of have to be a little bit careful, because if it's like programming, if just one thing's off, then the whole thing just does not work. It needs to be 100% right. Metallic at Walmart prices, yeah. Exactly. I mean, like, even with just using my little experience streaming, like I know, like, there's just some, like, if you get some background noise, like, you cannot eliminate it, especially with, without harming your own vocals. And that's the thing that really bothered me sometimes when I tried to use, like, noise reducers. It would, or, like, even, like, noise gates that, like, the silence would be perfectly silenced, but the second I start talking, you can hear the background noise coming in. It's like, this sounds really weird, you know? It's super noticeable, the difference. So it's like on and off, on and off. Like, if I have like a background noise, I'd rather it be constant. I think Ryan was talking about with his audio stream too, or his audiobook too. So it's like, I'd much rather have like a better mic that doesn't pick up a bunch of background noise, and like, I can actually, you know, hear my voice naturally go high and low, and not have to worry about like trying to fix that in editing, because it's just not worth it. Doing a crap load of extra effort to kind of make up for a bad background, or, you know, like a bad environment. Pauses the noise away. Yeah, I usually don't. At least on my videos, because I'm just making like weekly videos, so it's not like, it's usually not worth, you know, put an extra hour effort in it just to make it sound perfect, when I could just make another video. So honestly, I think my audio is pretty decent overall. So it's passable. Yeah, yes. That is one of the reasons I love the background music. Because like when I'm editing, I can clear like stuff in the background, like something clanking, or occasional like maybe some extra noises, and like second you put little background music, it just sort of hides it pretty well. So I think it also kind of like adds a little bit to the mood. So overall, it just becomes a positive thing. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it sounds good. I mean, that's one of the things I hate, is like bad audio. In like videos, because a lot of times, like, I don't know about you, with these streams, I mostly listen to them on like in the background. A lot of times, like, I think a lot of people do, so. Hey, Mish, how's it going? Good to see you. So if the audio isn't good, then there's big problems. Now it's time to set up the bore. I think I usually I'll put in the things first. Our ancient debris. I've had to go collect a little more of this because I end up losing a few pieces. I'm like, oh no, like when I was deassembling it one time, I must not have picked them up, or like my inventory was full of crap. And they end up despawning. I end up losing like 2 pieces. I mean, considering how hard this stuff is to find, I was like, God damn it. That's a big loss. So I end up collecting a little more extra. I'm hoping once I'm done, I can deassemble it. Ooh, touch it clipping on the base. Use plosives. I'm not sure what a plosive is, but I'm sure it's something, yeah. I've actually noticed, like, if I get too loud, it can sometimes go a little too high. At the same time, like, I don't want to try to adjust my my seating too much. That's actually one thing that was kind of bugging me on that Not So Erudite stream that you're doing. Like, her mic seemed like it's like she'd get close and start talking loud, and then like it would automatically make it quieter. I don't know if that was on her end or your end, but it was kind of like weird. Oh, PT, P's, T's, etc. Okay, I see. P's and T's. Maybe I should get a pop filter. I don't know if that would actually help. Or now I don't. Exactly. He's on Xbox. Can't always comment. He just sends passive-aggressive Xbox Live messages calling you calling you racial slurs. That's the Xbox way. I love how like even on Nintendo Switch they have that where like people like try and like it's a friend request, but like the friend's name is like kill yourself or something. I just know now that if you don't agree to get run over by the truck, that was an interesting interview, Ryan. It was an interesting interview. There's that take in the her take on like maybe I didn't understand her, but I thought it seemed like she was trying to argue that sex is like 100% validation, which to me seemed insane. But maybe I didn't understand that argument she was trying to make. Yeah, that and the trolley, I'm like, what the hell? But I mean, maybe that makes sense from a feminine point of view. The man has to agree to get run over by the trolley. But personally, like, when people say that, I always wonder, like, are they willing to get run over by the trolley? Like, you first. And then I'll consider it afterwards. So I always have a feeling like they're not the ones that are getting run over. They're the ones with the switch. But it is fun to like talk to different people. Like, there's only so many conversations you can have with like people you've already had a conversation with. I probably should have moderated that chat a little bit better too, because some people that were following her were equally dumb. I kept mentioning something called the War Band, and I was like, what is this War Band? And I look, it's like Undead Chronic, Ribby the Party Frog, and like some other people I've never heard of. I'm like, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense why they're acting that way. But it's actually like I even heard like Troy Francis. Oh, people suck. Okay, renews on a daily basis. I mean, like Troy had a conversation with a feminist too that I ended up watching. I thought it was interesting, but I think it's like a good example. Like, again, don't take people that seriously. Like when you hear it, I'm like, yeah, well, that's an opinion. Like maybe I shouldn't get all that mad about them thinking X, Y, and Z. And hopefully that just a lot of people don't. Just some retards with autism. Huh. Well, that's a great way to. That's a great way to get good opinions. Ah, yes. Well, hey, that sounds like fun. Talking about Minecraft. Anyway, it was fun. I don't know if you enjoyed it, but I was at least interested in hearing what she had to say. I didn't agree with it, but I was interested. It kind of reaffirms some of the truths, like, or it seems like very, I don't know, there's like, how do I word it? It's almost like there's like some collective, there's like this collective guilt that people seem to place on men. Like that. I mean, I don't know if it's sexual shaming would be the right word for it, but like you need to like again, you need to be willing to be run over by that trolley in order to help humanity. Like I don't think that's a great strategy on a personal level. Oh, I love the fact that Sneeko and Myron are converting to Islam. Have fun with that. Have fun with that, Mish. You can take. They're all yours, buddy. They're all yours. Leave Christianity alone. We're full. Or I'll just say Catholicism, because that's the other thing that annoys me the hell out of me. Was like, I'm Christian, but you know, abortion's great, and homosexuals are also like, Jesus is gay. Like, you see these stupid things. It's like, huh? Like, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. You guys convert to Islam, please. You can have them. And eat gam. Don't be such a Their conversion to faith is this is honestly like it does remind me of that trans thing. Like, don't doubt their faith, even though they've just been it for 5 seconds, and don't actually follow any of the stuff that actual techs see. They're fighting the good fight. Let them drink. Exactly. Let them drink alcohol. Yep. Openly. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I sure like plenty of Muslims who do drink alcohol. It's just they're respectful enough to like keep it off social media. Just like I'm sure Jewish people eat ham too. But they're not like, yeah, we're eating some ham, bros. While at the same time claiming they're Jewish. Screw Sneeko. Gotta pose for this with my Adidas shirt bleeding through whatever that I'm not sure what that garb is that they wear. Which I thought was actually kind of funny. Kind of poetic in a way. Did you say I have a nose and blood in me? Well, hey, those are the guys. Now you can really be on the winning team. That's actually probably I don't know if they are the less. It's like everyone that claims to be a Jew online, like, doesn't seem to be Jewish. It's like it's more like a racial thing. Maybe we'll get. But I think overall, like, it seems like Jewish. I mean, there's a reason that they're actually do pretty well, and it's not. I mean, some of it may be, you know, kind of like, I don't know what the, like, you know, they do have like there's a tribal thing there too, but I mean, overall, their values seem to be very on point as far as like earning money, hard work, that kind of stuff. So I mean, they're not doing so well simply because it's all like some crazy nepotism. Ooh, curved gaming monitor. What resolution is that? I've seen some of those things. They're almost like too big for me. Didn't you also get like a desk? I've been considering getting like one of those standing desks. My tribe predates Islam. Wow. That's crazy. $4K, wow. So it was like, but like what resolution does it run in on, like my monitor would be like 1920 by 1080. Wow, 350. I haven't even looked at like what the prices of monitors are these days. Those like widescreen monitors with the curve. Wonder if that's better for like your ergonomics, like, you know, not moving your head. I see. I probably wouldn't get one with a motor either, but I do kind of think the idea of like it, just adjusting it every now and then, that way you can work standing up for a few hours, like an hour, like even like half an hour, just to kind of break up the, son of Mish, tribe of Mish. That's one of the things that like kind of like blows me away about some of like Islam or even like the Middle East, where like, oh yeah, we got a history, and like it's like since the dawn of civilization, basically. Like, huh. Like, nothing around here is that old at all. Especially while like America's not that old. I'm sure maybe like, and I don't know if any Indians would even have, you know, a record of civilization going back that very far either. I mean, maybe they do. But that being like nomadic, you know, it seems unlikely. A cradle of civilization. We all came from somewhere. This is kind of neat. Some like the deeper history. All right. Is it honey? Honey. Mish has a silver tongue. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. That top 5 video I just did, top 5 torch tip video, did end up having over 1,000 views. It's pretty crazy. I'm really surprised I ended up doing that well. But I think it was Alex suggested to me, like, oh yeah, top 5 videos, that people like seeing that. I guess it does. I'm glad people end up liking it. I thought it was like different enough that it wasn't like overdone. I actually have like already made recordings for a few other top 5 videos, even before I release that one, so I'll have to end up editing that and come out with another one. Hopefully that does well too. I also wonder if it's worth doing like putting out longer videos on the channel rather than, because I mean the streams are 2 hours, but they're not necessarily oh, thank you. Thank you, Deborah. But it's not necessarily like made for video form. It's kind of different. What was trying to think what the word, like it's almost like not really directed at the viewer. It's more directed at the chat. I don't know if it'd be worth it to put out a video that's different. Oh wait, I'm making this too far. Need to cut it off. I sent it from this try, the Murdar. Ah. That's pretty cool. Oh, I think I need this though. But I cut it off here. This has been a... I'll tell you what, this... Digging this hole has been a thing. These mixes... what are they listening to since the revisions don't make any sense to me? But it sounds loud as F in my environment. Oh, that's got to be one of the things, like... It's got to be hard for you to... So you have to, like, kind of figure out what they're listening to the tracks on, too. Bit complicated, but those are the original Arabs in the current Saudi Arabia. Oh. So that's why that one guy was, like, trying to ask you what your tribe is. It's like, what, some people think that... Or is that, like... Okay. So it wasn't necessarily Islam. Or you said it predates Islam. There we go. Remove that. Put this in place. I think this is done. Wow. Wow. So a lot of them end up... I assume a lot of them end up joining Islam eventually, too. Or something masking something or another. Oof. Really? Even though you guys are like the original, people don't like... Why? People don't like the other tribes. Oh, damn it. I forgot the carts. That's actually fairly easy to fix, though. Forgot the carts. Actually, I should probably... There's a way to... Is there a way to ignore entities here? With, is that ignore entities? I think I'm actually might be in schematic configuration. Configure. Ignore entities off. Ah, damn it. So that push that there. Okay. So it did. So it did screw it up a little bit. That's annoying. Let's turn that off. Okay. So we're going to have to take these off. But overall, I don't think it hurt it that much. I put the carts on last because you have to like push those on with a piston. Could be that I just suck at fixing that. I doubt it, Chico. I doubt it. I mean, sometimes with troubleshooting, there always is... You can always have to be open to the possibility that it is... that it could be. Could be on your end. You never know. I know I've had that issue where I'm like, ah, no, it's right. It's completely right. Then I realize all of a sudden, like, oh, shit, I forgot to do this. Oops. And you always feel like an idiot, like, oh, no. It was my fault. Crap. Oh, damn it. That was my fault, too. Did that wrong. I need to put the card on and then push it. If you don't do this, if you don't push it, then the TNT decides to detonate and explode, thus blowing up some of your contraption. So there, we prime that one. Now we move on. Ah, yes, I see. You're on that. You're on the different end where it's like you have to remind yourself, like, your first thought is that it's you, and then you got to remind yourself, nah, it could just be there. Could just be them. It does sound like a pain in the ass to deal with. Because you always have to, then you gotta like kind of like try to suggest that it's them without, you know, making them sound like retards. Even though like maybe they are retards. Like, hey, could you check this? Like, could you try turning it on and off for me? Yeah. It's like, I had people like, come in like ask me like my old job where our keys are at. And then I'm like, right over there, you see this, see that big sign that says keys? Like, it's right there. I mean, that's like was the most obvious landmark for it, where the key counter was, but like you have to try and say it without making them sound like idiots. It was always a hard one to manage. Like I don't want to make them feel bad, you know, or like come off as condescending, but there's always a way it could be taken like that, you know? Most of the time I just like, whatever. That giant thing that says keys. That's where it's at. And most people are like, oh, thank you. Or like, oh, why didn't I see that? Most people are pretty nice. I don't recall anybody getting too upset about me saying that. All right. I think we got it. Yeah. There's only... Exactly. There's only so much you can do. As a part-time mixer. They might need more help than I'll install the new monitor. Right on. You'll be playing Valheim at 4K. Maybe that's why I don't get new monitors. Like, I saw someone commenting, I think it was Dr. Disrespect, like, I do know all the new games suck nowadays. And like, I don't know if I've played a lot of new games lately. Well, there hasn't been like a lot of stuff I'm like, oh yeah, super exciting. Especially on the PC, that I'm like, yes, I need to get this. Like, I'm playing Valheim and like Minecraft, like two games that benefit absolutely nothing, no way from 4K resolution. Unless like maybe I go like that RTX. No problem, Jico. That's what we're here for. It's always interesting kind of hearing different people's issues. I don't want to say issues, but you know, like professional, like how different professions are similar and different in different ways. I think there was an old psychologist, I think it was Adler, that said like all problems are interpersonal problems, which may have some truth to it. I mean, probably not all, but a lot of times issues, no matter what, are like interpersonal with other people and like the need to work together with other people. All right. Looks like it's working. So this is the tunnel bore. Operational. That's all this does. Boom. Then I click it again. Shoots out some more. It ends up blowing up a lot of the stuff, which honestly at this point I don't care. I have so many so much cobblestone and ores and all this junk that it just doesn't matter. Oh. Twisted, is that the twist? Was it Twisted? Is that the guy that does those two songs you play on your stream at the moment? They'll always have like they're a nice beat. Oh, cool. So now we have multiple tracks on the stream. Cool. I actually need to kind of look at getting some new stuff. I mean, I like the songs that are playing now, but I also, at some point, I want to like change them up a little bit too. I'm not 100% sure what I'll go with. Fortunately, with like art lists, sometimes it's kind of hard to find the exact stuff that I want. You know, I have the exact kind of that exact kind of mood I'm going for. Like sometimes you'll put in calm, but it's just not the right type of calm. Like the moods, like, and I just don't agree that this is calm or playful. So I don't know if like there's actually like a certain instrument I'm looking for that isn't there. Like I was like trying to look for like Viking music for like a Valheim video, and I'm like, a lot of them like don't have like the right, like, it's almost like a certain string instrument you want to like find for some of these stuff, like I don't know if it's like a lute or something like that, but you know, it has like those old timey type of like, you know, like you'd find in like some sort of like village, old European. And it's hard to find that exact type of thing. I'm not sure if oh, they're almost as famous as Insane Clown Posse. I've definitely heard of ICP. Lute or Celtic harp. I'm not actually sure what the Celtic harp sounds like, but yeah, maybe. Maybe, you know, that kind of string instrument. Yeah. Oh, that's free too. That's awesome. They're like one of those people that they just want exposure. I honestly got to believe that, like, with TikTok, just how big that is for some people. Like, sometimes the memes, like that one, you guys probably remember, like, that one Dr. Lizzie, like treasure, that Russian Treasure Island animation, where he was doing that like that walk, like that had to like get that guy an absolute ton of free publicity. Like that, when it gets to like that level, it's 100% worth just letting people stream, use it for free on your videos. Wanted Dead. Recommended Wanted Dead. It's an old school hack and slash that was made by the same people that did Ninja Gaiden. I'm not familiar with it. I mean, IGN gave it a 3 out of 10. So, you know, it's good. Yeah, sadly, you can't. That's the thing, is like, back in like the GamePro days, like, at least they had enough like regular writing staff that like, there were certain people that I know had the same taste in games that I did. So like if they said it was good or bad, like I actually kind of trusted it. Nowadays it's like, I don't know any games journalist. Honestly, like YouTube kind of replaced it. Like if I know, you know, somebody plays the same games that I like and has like a similar taste in games, then I'll be like, oh, you know, maybe I should try it out. Or, you know, it's like a pretty solid recommendation. But so, like, journalists is almost kind of, like, been erased. Games journalists' jobs have been erased completely by, you know, the YouTube reviewers, which are honestly, like, 9 times out of 10 seem to like games more than It's like games journalists are just like, they're not like trades, people that love video games that, you know, decide to write about it. It's like writers that decide to write about video games. Which, for like a trade magazine or a trade website, seems like a pretty big difference. Especially when you have like those people like the Harry Potter reviews are like, oh, I'm just gonna, I don't give a shit about my credibility as someone that reviews games. I refuse to review this in order to make myself look good. Like, all right. I guess professionalism doesn't exist anymore in journalism or games journalism, if it ever did, I guess. Activists, exactly. I don't know, man. It's whack. Thankfully, I don't. Though, honestly, most of those sites have, and to their credit, if it can be to their credit, they've gone away from actually reviewing games and just like make clickbait garbage. So, they've adjusted. They've adjusted with the times. Oh, I need to. Might as well pick up my shulker box and put the stuff away, my parts, so I don't lose them. Don't accidentally blow it up. I have to farm them back. Really has changed since the days when you'd grab a Game Pro or even like a Nintendo Power, like, all right, cool, Nintendo Power. And like they have like cool posters that you could put on your wall. Like, oh, cool, new Metroid or new Zelda, and like a poster. Even the Game Pros will have like Lara Croft, like centerfold poster advertisements. Now that stuff, I don't know, that stuff even exists anymore. I haven't grabbed a Game Informer in years. In fact, I just learned that I think the Game Stop at our that used to be in the mall is closed. Like even like the retail brands. Is this the Nazi bunker, Marty? Yeah, I'm just getting ready to add the add all that stuff in. This is why we're digging this hole. We're taking the MineOSphere down from the inside out. That's actually one of the things that like I keep seeing on Twitter, and like when people start talking about race, it's like really kind of weird. I'm not sure I 100% like it. Like, I mean, I'm all for open discussion, but a lot of it seems like a little bit kind of iffy to me. It gets a little bit too much like, I don't know, like when people start talking in the abstract about race, it's just a little weird. But there's no bunker here. This is going to be a very nice, very Christian build. When it is eventually finished. The only 6 million things we're removing are blocks, Marty. So we'll get this done. We don't want to end up like Scott Adams. Which I saw he talked to Hotep. I have no idea what it's about, and I'm probably not going to watch it. Scott Adams is a guy that just never really appealed to me. We just keep on blowing it up. This really is like... kind of reminds me of operating a machine. My mold machine. It's like... you hit the button. You wait for it to finish. Then you hit the button again. Make sure everything's okay. Hitting the button again. Minecraft just gives you so many different experiences. It's one of the ways it's great. I can feel like I'm operating a molding machine again. Of course, in that case, I was just closing a door. And they have these stupid cameras that would beep constantly and get out of place because the machines, the vibrations of the machines, would eventually kind of move it. There's no clicking here, though. We can easily destroy our machine if we're not paying attention. To what appears. Like one time I was digging, a piece of gravel fell down, and like it actually blocked the TNT from flying all the way over, and then it ended up exploding. Blew up like half this part. I'm like, oh, crap. Luckily, in this situation, we've done our prep. So, yeah. Oh boy, I started reading the rest of chat. You actually go back and read chat? Yeah, I think we were talking earlier about some recent streams and tribes, which are actually pretty interesting. Like I said, like kind of being from like a younger state in a younger country. It is kind of interesting to like to hear some like the older nations and their kind of cultures. I think there's some like good and bad that come from it. There's no sort of like ancient grudges here. Except maybe with like the Indians, but they're not that plentiful, so they're pretty easy to ignore. Like I don't even think like we have a bunch of Seminoles down here, but I've never hear anything about them. They got a casino. They seem pretty cool. I think they're enjoying themselves. I don't have to pay taxes. I think, you know, as a tribe, they actually do pretty well. Only 600. That's 600 years seems like a long time. Like, I barely know, like, where my grandmother and grandfather were from. Or, you know, great-grandparents. Like some of it's, like, Ireland and Scottish. The other side's like Yugoslavia. Not Yugoslavia, but Hungary. And I think maybe a little bit of French on another side. But that's about it. Like, I haven't done the 23andMe either. I think I happened to see, like, somebody getting upset that they did a 23andMe and, like, their ancestors owned slaves. And they were, like, some sort of racial activists. It's always kind of funny. Like, oops. I need to be... You should get out the checkbook. It's time for you to pay reparations. Seminole Casino is right. Oh wow, damn! You must live pretty close by then. It's a little bit scary. I've actually never been to that casino. Former Black Panther ancestor on the Mayflower. Oh, but I mean, but like a pilgrim or like a slave? See, I mean, personally, I think it'd be pretty cool to have an ancestor on the Mayflower, but I guess it's all perspective. Like, wow. You helped settle this nation. But we didn't. Oh, okay. Wow. So they owe those Indians an apology. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end here. The wall. The guitar yet? Did they have a guitar there? Like, I've never been in the casino, period. But I've heard it's fun. To me, like, gambling and drinking isn't something I do regularly, so it's like, why would I bother going there? I actually went to the zoo the other day. That was a lot of fun. Just got to see giraffes, tiger, lions, some monkeys. Not too bad. I mean, unfortunately, it's Florida and it's hot as hell, so like halfway like through, it's like, oh my god, you're like dying of heat. You know how huge a 32 overboard? Like, you're gonna have to like set it like further back. Like, is it still gonna be set it on your desk? You'll be able to see like minute details. Hopefully it's not like too big to where it's just like overwhelming. That's why I've like gotten in the habit of like pulling out a ruler or a measuring tape and like seeing like how big this are these dimensions and like real space. And sometimes it's like deceptive. You think like, oh, a 22-inch, I know exactly how big that is, but it ends up becoming a lot different once you get in real life. Like 6 inches is pretty big. Come on, guys. Almost there. Almost at the end. I think after this, I'm gonna try and set up a 3D quarry. I don't know how that's gonna work, but actually, I probably need to go about the work of draining a few of these areas. It is quite fun. All right, boom. Ah, you creepers. I love my netherite sword can just two-shot them. You can just run them over. I don't have to worry about it. I'll probably just manually do that from here. Now we have finished this end. Now it'll be time to... Oop, fell. This is one of the issues, like, it's so deep that, like, a lot of items can kind of get stuck in these cracks. You end up losing them, so I have to be very careful about making sure I have inventory space and all my ancient debris is accounted for. I don't want to lose. Don't want to lose this. I'm I'm going to hate Americans for using inches and pounds instead of normal measurement systems. I guess that is kind of annoying. If you have to order, since like, I assume everything that you order online is going to be in inches. It's pretty common. America, we force everyone to use our metric system, or not metric, our imperial system. More of our wonderful colonialism. Do I have I thought I had one of these things. There we go. Got so many blocks. Throw this stuff away. I don't look forward to the time I'm gonna have to like just go back and reorganize this stuff. It is gonna be an absolute disaster. But for now, we just stick it in chests and hope for the best. Alright, so with these, that's another thing, like I have to deassemble it in a certain way or it will explode as well. So first thing that has to go off is the ditch the T, kept the inches, man. I don't know. There's probably some conspiracy there. Do a Canadian Zoo, Mish. Measure short distances in inches and feet, long in kilometers. Exactly. Do all your speedometers have miles per hour and kilometers, or is it just kilometers? Assemblies. Put everything away. All right. See, like I'm missing one. There we go. See, it's super easy to lose them. I do not want to lose ancient debris. I don't want to lose the coral either. I always gotta like keep my eye out when I'm disassembling this stuff. And the coral's hard to get because I have to take like another trip to the reef. And, you know, if you don't break it with the right item, it doesn't give you with a silk touch, it doesn't give you an item. So a little bit more caution's needed. They have both, but most people use kilometers, I say. The digital displays have both, and you can choose. Oh, that's actually really nice. Makes it really easy. I still have an analog speedometer. My Honda Fit. It's a simple car. I like it, though. Small, gets good gas mileage. Surprising amount of legroom. And headroom, which is actually pretty important. On my old like Pontiac Sunfire, I used to hit my head when I went over bumps. So it's one of the downsides of being tall. Is you don't always fit in a lot of stuff. Imported your car from Canada. I was surprised it came in both kilometers and miles. Oh, I see. I assume you use kilometers over there, though. Oh, that's interesting. So is that pretty normal in Saudi Arabia, just to import? I assume they have a pretty, I assume car sales are actually pretty good. I mean, at least that's the sort of, everyone expects those, like, Ferraris, police cars. I saw them, like, in an episode of Top Gear now. Oh. I mean, is that because you primarily export lumber? Or is that just became like the industry standard from, you know, way back when? Oh, man. Still uses feet to measure your height. That's what I've always wondered, like, in, like, foreign countries is, like, a certain cutoff. Like, if you're not above, like, what, 182 kilometers, you're not a real man? Or 180 kilometers? Like, does it change there? Because, I mean, 6 foot's a fairly even area. But in kilometers, I assume it's a little bit, or, you know, sorry, meters. It's a little bit harder. Or, wait, centimeters? I drive Bugattis only. Oh, they're Lambos, okay. Well, I'm not sure what supercar they drive. I just know they're super. No one can visualize anything under a kilometer. Anything shorter needs to be inches or feet. Oh, okay. Just not in the collective consciousness. Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of tiles are like kilometer or feet. Like, at least in like stores that I've been in, it's like you kind of know, like, oh, that's a foot. I don't know about bathroom tile though. So you can kind of like get a good idea of like exactly how big something is based on the tiles. Oh, occasionally you'll miss one. Oh, I don't know if I can reach it. Occasionally it does miss occasional blocks, which I don't want, like random creeper showing up and just jumping off and exploding. Let's see. Here's my... yes. I can make more torches. Very important to keep torching up your place, or you're going to be in a bad way. I've already found that out several times. Just random assaults from monsters. Especially around here, since they can't really spawn above us or below us. So I've created almost like a perfect spawning environment for them. It's going to make lighting up my base when I've actually completed an annoyance. Canada tax system uses square footage still. No meters, according to my account. Oh. Wait, what? They tax you by the meter? Or the foot? For certain things? Or maybe that's property taxes? It is kind of odd. But oh well. I'm personally a fan of feet, so. I don't see a problem with it. Not for my write-offs, because I'm a home business. Wait, but what do you write off by the... Your home by the meter? Or your office by the foot? Oh, so the room, okay. Interesting. So you don't get to put like a mansion as a business, as a home office. You can only be like a certain size. All right, put these away. Think I've got everything. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yes, 7. Boom, boom. Okay, now we're going to. I think I have enough height now, finally, to start setting up the quarry, but one thing the quarry can't get rid of is water, so places like this I need to remove manually, which is a pain. Thankfully, like, you have to... I've already separated them off, but if you don't, like... This is one of the things I hate about sponges, is they don't do their job all that well. Like, you need to do a lot of prep work for them to actually be semi-effective at what they're supposed to do, which is remove water. That's if you don't, the water just comes back and reforms infinite water sources. You've removed like almost no water. There's a reason I have an account. Well, that's good. Always wanna pay as little as possible. Especially when you're a government. The government always seems to be doing stuff against your best interest. I would rather not pay them money, or as little money as possible. I don't try to write off a third of a mansion. Is there some limit? Come on. Hopefully you'll be able to write off your entire mansion someday, Tom. All right. I also like to like slowly. There's probably a better system for me to do it this way, but I like take them out as I go, because trying to like get back and remove him just ends up becoming a pain in the ass. Only problem is, like, if I take out my torch, I like having the torch because it keeps things lit up, you know? That's one of the nice things about Optifine, is it'll actually... I could probably just, you know, manually light up these torches. Or, let's see, put it next to this, put that there. Then, like... That's actually one of the kind of fun and interesting things about, as crazy as it sounds, about Minecraft, is like when you're doing like repetitive tasks, kind of figuring out what's the most optimal way of doing this repetitive task. And then kind of figuring it out from there. I kind of like that. Though it comes off as kind of weird to say it. Get out of my way. Get out of my way, you stupid squid. working here. Like, look how much water this has to... Look how much water we got to remove here. It's a ton. I'm probably going to have to make several trips. Go to the nether, dry it out, come back. Slowly go back and forth, lowering the water level. Fill the sponges back up. All these glow squids just sort of like hanging out. This mob actually turned out really nice. I think, you know, the fact that it glows, especially in like a low light area, ended up being really cool. Kind of a cool touch to like some of these areas when you just see that laying on like darkness, but like you see that one squid lit up in the darkness. Get that mix done. You can do it, Chico. Metallica. This will be your Enter Sandman. I actually haven't listened to Metallica in a long time. Good band, but I don't know why I kind of got out of listening to metal. Maybe it's because I've become less angry. I don't know. I don't feel the urge to like headbang. You have to try and like navigate swimming and placing blocks at the same time, while keeping this illuminated. Oh my goodness. So this is the cutoff here. I'm trying to think, is that the cutoff for... It must be the cutoff for the beacon too, because it only goes far enough down. We went to David Townsend. Dev Townsend. I'm not familiar with him. Oh, got a hole in here. Dang, I don't have anything to fill the hole with. I should have kept some other blocks on me. Gonna screw me up because it's... Oh no, that's wet. There we go. Slowly we're getting it. The water level falls. I am gonna need to... There's also the downside when I drain... Navigating up and down when it's in water, especially with the... When I have a conduit is easy. Navigating up and down when the water is no longer there becomes considerably harder. So if I fall into these holes, I gotta like try and fly out with my rockets. Becomes a lot less navigatable too. It just becomes like a giant hole. Shows like how far down I have to go though. Like this is the goal. And you know, this is where that's where I'm at the moment. Or no, that let's see. That cutoff up there is where I'm is where I'm at the current moment. It's not a great. Negative 13 right here. Yep. That's the bottom. So I think the quarry is probably a good. Oh, that's a wet sponge. It's not gonna do anything. Oh, I'm out of sponges. Time to fly out. There's a lot of ways to go. So the nice thing about 3D quarry is I don't have to actively operate it. Like I could set it going, go to lunch, have it running. I could just be riding in it and have it just blow stuff up, which is what I'm planning on doing. Have it blow stuff up, clear all this junk out, and then come back. Or at least hopefully get most I don't know how far it's going to go down, but hopefully far enough to make a good chunk that I could just finish up the rest of the bore or just fill in the bottom. The negative 13 where the bottom of the base is going to be. Drying up my sponges. Then coming back. Oh, Dev is your favorite Canadian person, though? I just noticed that, Chico. Come on, man. It's not Mr. Stone. Shaking my head. All right. Let's go, oh, missed one. I've slowly been losing my sponges as well. Like, I had over 2 stacks before, and I've just slowly been losing them. He's number 2. Oh, that's not bad. Number 2's not bad. Number 1's a pain in the ass anyway. Being number 1. Number 2's a lot more comfortable. All right, wait, where's the water go? Lost, here we're here. Here we go. Back to draining. Nope. Light that up. And we continue to drain the water. Oh, what the heck? Oh yes, that's wet. Damn it. Exactly, kitchen. I wish I need sponges. I need sponges they need to make like super sponges in this game that just like suck up all the water. These aren't super absorbent. These are lame, weak sponges. I also now hate whoever decided slimes didn't need to. Slimes could spawn at like any light level. I have so many spawn chunks in my slime chunks in this mega base area. They're just constantly spawning. It's like, ugh, leave me alone. Nothing else is spawning. Let me be. Occasionally you'll just have this random large slime just pop up. You can kind of hear them squishing every now and then. You have your sound turned up. I can definitely hear them. Actually, I may have a different level for Minecraft audio. Oh, maybe I don't. Just again get into a flow like this. Slowly getting it down. On left or right. Oh, speak of the devil. Look at this guy. Look at this guy showing up to harass me. He can float. They float on the water. Stupid jerks. Get away from me. These little guys can't actually hurt you. But the big ones can. They do a decent amount of damage. Gotta eat my meat. I wish like Frostwalker would you could actually like silk touch the water away. Like I don't think that actually works though. It just breaks regardless. You can just like turn it to ice and then slowly drain the water that way. That'd be cool. No, they won't let you do that. Usually be sponges down here too. Get these. Oh, more of you. What the heck? All of a sudden these sponges are, these slimes are everywhere. Be gone. Be going, slimes. Be going. There we go. We're getting it slowly but surely. So I accidentally double clicking here. Gotta make sure I can actually see what I'm doing too. Another issue. Well, I think I'm gonna have tacos today. I've had tacos in a few days from the Mexican store. Some tacos. Delicious. Do this mix of sausage and steak. Really good. Always like put like lime and cilantro and onions on it. Very nice. Sometimes I wonder if raw onions kind of upset my stomach. Maybe. Maybe it does. To see, still gotta use all of them. Still got plenty of water to go. No, it's actually getting there. One more round. We might. Hello, Jester Outplay. How are you doing? Actually, these tacos don't have cheese. And I'm not sure if they'd be better with cheese, to be honest. Just the way they're... Oh no, I lost a few. Let me see if I can go back and find them before I lose them. Must recover our sponges. It's just kind of the way it tastes. Like, it's... hard to describe. It's like more of a savory... Like, I like cheese on tacos, especially if it's more like a spicy beef. ground beef taco. Because cheese adds like a little bit of mildness to it. But these, I don't know. I like the kind of like the cilantro and the lime. It's almost like I wouldn't want to say like cooler, or like a fresh type of flavor that kind of goes well with the savoriness of the meat. I'm probably not describing that all that well. Oh, dang, where are my sponges? Sponges. Looks like we might have lost a few. And there's a slow attrition on the sponges. I guess maybe I'm just gonna have to deal with. Oh well. I don't want to waste too much time looking for lost sponges. But anyway, I like them without cheese. They're very nice. Oop. I was at Taco Bell the other day. I think I had the chicken quesadilla. Electric soap. Ah. I heard, yeah. Some people have like that kind of weird, or you know, like a different type of taste. Like, isn't mint the same way for some people where it tastes really weird? Like, I like mint. Mint tastes very nice. Especially the Girl Scout cookies are happening in the Americas right now. And I've been eating a few Thin Mints every now and then. Very nice. Even though, like, every year it's like they get more and more expensive for these small things of cookies. Thin Mint's really good. Do-si-dos, also very good. Yeah, cilantro is pretty good. It's like a nice, for me, it's like kind of like a nice, like lemony, almost like citrusy type of taste. Or it's like, for me, it's almost more aromatic, you know, and like a little bit of a garnish, I guess. Doesn't do too much, but adds a little bit of layer of flavor on there. Ah. All right, back to the hole to drain it out. Probably say the same, yeah, but it's like still like $5 for a box of Girl Scout cookies. It's kind of seems high regardless. If you cook it, okay, it's okay raw, it's soapy. But if you cook it, it's electric soap from just regular soap. Tagalongs are pretty good. Pretty good. I enjoy them as well. I don't think I've tried a Girl Scout cookie that I didn't like. It's just, you know, when you have limited resources and limited calories you want to consume, you have to kind of pick which ones you like. Which one's your favorite? Cooking it's okay. It's just it's raw. It's kind of weird. So I guess whatever compound or like chemical that your taste buds are reacting to kind of gets cooked out. It is really interesting, like, it's all over the place today. It's got too much of that mixing on your mind. Hard time typing. It's always interesting to see like how foods change when they're cooked. Like I've been cooking some tomatoes recently, like on the grill. These cherry tomatoes, and man, once you roast them, they just become so sweet. And it really like changes their flavor, you know. I don't know if they become less acidic, but it kind of, but maybe it's just the sweetness from cooking it, you know, cooking the sugars inside the tomato kind of changes it. You notice the sweetness more than the acid. I got like fresh tomatoes as well, but roasting them this makes them so good. All right, here we go. Continue down. So dark. I'm gonna fill this up. I'm sick of seeing this. Oop, there we go. It did it. I guess there still is a water source there. We can get rid of. All right. We're starting to see the bottom here. Let's go. Then get rid of this. Seal that up. Guess I will now. We'll definitely need to make another trip to the Nether in order to drain this out. Oh boy. Not what I wanted. But hey, it's just what you gotta do. The prep, it's gonna be worth it to, if I can get this this thing going and it can just AFK. I can just, you know, watch some stuff on my computer or like do something else. Could edit, you know, videos while the quarry's running. A much more effective use of my time than doing it manually. So all this water's gotta go. I mean, I want it to go eventually, like, there's no point, like, having water in my base. And if I did, you know, want, like, a giant watery area, I could still have that, but I just, you know, do it manually. Shape it in the way I want it. Alright. I'm missing more sponges. Where did you go, sponges? I see one. Let's see. Sponges. Oh, I see another one. 2 more. Alright. I think that's where number we were currently at. 64 and 39. So our sponges are looking good. I think I'll have enough sponges to finish the project before I run out of them all. Just don't know if I'm ever gonna. I don't know if I'll ever try and build an underwater base again. At least on this scale. If I can't make some ridiculous contraption just to AFK terraform wherever I'm doing. I'm just gonna do something else. All right, there we go. That's actually probably one of the complaints that I have about Minecraft is they do not let you scale like into like a ridiculously large buildings. Which, I mean, maybe the game was never intended to do so. You know, people are just, you know, after like, what, 12 years of playing the game? Probably more. 13. I'm trying to think how old Minecraft actually is. After all this time, people just gone beyond it. But that's actually kind of one of the things a create mod kind of does pretty well, is give you like an easier, or like seemingly easier options to kind of scale your buildings. Which, I mean, with Minecraft, you kind of have to just come up with crazy contraptions. It's like, that's drained. Oh, no. Don't fall in. Trapped. Down we go. Yes. I think we're getting close to the end here. Slowly but surely. All this water will be drained, and I think I've got another small areas. Yeah, I think the create mod lets you do that, doesn't it? A drain hose. That is one of the cool things about that mod, is that kind of level of automation. But then again, like one of the impressive stuffs about like these mega builds is just how much work has to be done to get it done. Liquid transfer system. Yeah, I've seen a little bit on the hoses and stuff about that, the liquid transfer. Hopefully I'll be able to do a little more create mod again soon. I really want to try and get the excavation done on this, because it's kind of been going on for so long. And I want to play hardcore again too. Well, I mean, like, yeah, but there is trade-offs, but I mean, like, right now the trade-off would be like I could do a stream of me setting up the system in 2 hours, rather than me manually draining a puddle of water for 2 hours. Which, I mean, setting up like the hoses and stuff and planning it out might be a little more interesting of a stream. I'm not sure. Like, it does, though, usually with create mod, it usually takes me like 2 hours to, like, I'm going to make this little, like, farm. It's like setting up a single, like, wheel and a harvester. It ends up taking me like 2 hours to get it to work. By the time I, like, figure out the power source and all the materials needed for it. But I assume that's just me not knowing the mod all that well. Yeah, it's tough. Well, that is one of the things, is Minecraft definitely gives something for everybody with like the creativity it lets you do. Like you have like the SciCraft guys, which just like love to set up automation and like big machines. And then like you have like some more like the long players, or like people that like to manually do stuff that, you know, they just want to like zone out in mine. You know, it's kind of like a Zen type of thing where, which I mean, like sometimes I like to do too. But in this case, you know, I have like a goal that I want to meet with clearing it. So for me, it's like not the mining that's the goal. It's the task. There we go. Drain that out. This is part of like the largest cavern. Like if I go in like the next hole, you can kind of see the rest of it. I've actually got... Oh. I did that. Oh no, I still have that whole thing to do too. So there's a long ways to go in terms of the water drainage. There's that area, and then there's this area. You don't want to fight. You don't want to be killed by blazes 50 times. Or skeletons. And then there's... So that's part of the cavern right here. And then there's this part of the cavern, which I gotta... And then this... The smaller part is actually going to be a lot easier, since I just built a... Building the walls is going to be a lot simpler than building these gigantic... These gigantic partitions are actually probably one of the hardest parts of it. And, you know, there's this partition, which actually is a bit smaller than the other one. Doesn't seem as long. So, it's not bad. There's still some work to do. But that's the biggest thing. Hey, Silver Bishop, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Coming in like basically right at the end here. Some iron there from an old beacon. I should actually probably remove that too. I don't want that to get destroyed. I mean, it's fairly useful, even though, you know, iron's commonplace now. Blast this out. Can't insta-mine iron blocks, man. What a pain in the ass. Oh, yeah, I see you're watching the not so erudite stream. Yeah, it was something. That's kind of my thing on it. I'm not quite sure what to think of it. Like, some of our takes just seem crazy. If anything, it's a lesson in not taking women too seriously. I think it's also importance of amorality and at least problem solving for guys, because it seems way too easy and society's way too quick to just kind of throw dudes out. Oh no, Mish, the monitor doesn't work in the name of goodness. Monitor holder arm I got off Amazon won't hold the new monitor. I had that too, where like I got dual monitors set up, and like if I bring the monitors out too much, it wants to fall forward. I'll need to return order a single monitor arm holder then. Or just settle, or yeah, weigh down, somehow, you know, weigh down the monitor arm a bit at the base. Just get, you know, some of your gold bars you got lying around and set one on the base. Plus 3 monitors plus a laptop monitor. Dang. Can be like you're like scrolling Twitter, like some like Matrix thing with like 6 monitors, like looking. Look, I need to find the most retarded takes and respond to them. Matrix hacks or shit. Yeah, exactly. All right. I think we're going to call it here. Got some tacos calling my name. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the tunnel bore and water removal action. As this is actually looking pretty impressive, to be honest. I mean, the size of this is pretty nuts. And then considering like you go upwards. Let's see, should be a little place over here that here you are. Okay, I had to clear out some of this part up here. So I mean, like, you got this whole thing. This whole area over here. And then if you jump up, got this. I mean, you can't really see, unfortunately, because of the water vision, but this whole area too. All the way up. It's gonna be crazy once it's done. It's gonna be insane. But I still think we got quite a few hours to put into this before it's anywhere close to the excavation finishing, and then of course the actual building begins, which I'm hoping and I think is actually going to be quicker. But yeah, have a good day, guys. Hope you enjoy your week. We'll be back on Friday, streaming some Valheim, and maybe I never want to exclude the possibility that I'll stream some other time too in the meantime, but that would be a surprise if it was. So I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day.